When is a person successful? I mean, generally speaking, in your opinion, when can an individual refer to themselves as a success? Should a person's feeling of success be tied to their experiences or their accomplishments? Should a person not feel successful until they have had certain experiences and certain accomplishments? What about this one? Is a person's feeling of success, should that come from what others think about them? When others are able to look at them and validate them and say, hey, yeah, that guy right there is a success. Or is it that a person's individual feeling of success should come only when they feel it? I'm actually one of those people that believe that you can actually have nothing and still feel like you have everything. Now, what does that mean? Having nothing and feeling like you have everything is about realizing that how you feel is important. Having nothing and feeling like you have everything is about understanding that how you feel about what is much more important than what is. How you feel about your situation is much more important than your actual situation, okay? Having nothing and feeling like you have everything is about understanding that you already have everything you already need. It's about understanding that nothing that you need is outside of you. It's about understanding that everything starts with what's going on the inside. It's totally about understanding that what happens on the inside is what determines what happens on the outside. So many times in life, I have found myself focusing on what is going on the outside, and actually letting what's going on the outside determine how I feel on the inside, right? Something happens on the outside, I encounter it, I observe it, and I feel an emotional response to it. But it seems that if that's all I'm doing is experiencing life, observing life, and developing an emotional response to what's going on, it seems that if that's the case, then all I'm doing is just responding to what's going on. And if that's all I can do in this world is look at what's going on and respond to it according to what it appears is going on, then that makes me a slave to what is going on. That makes me a slave to conditions. That means I don't have control over how I feel. That means how I feel is totally determined by what is happening outside of me. Having nothing and feeling like you have everything is about understanding that sometimes in life you can't have what you want. Sometimes in life you can't have what you want. But even when you can't have what you want, it's all good. Why? Because you have the option to want what you have. Okay? Whenever you experience a situation where you feel that you can't have what you want, which we encounter that from time to time, having nothing and feeling like you have everything will allow you to change your perspective in a way that will allow you to appreciate what you already have. Life has a way of giving us more of how we feel. Life doesn't always give us what we say we want. Life doesn't always give us what we pray for. Life doesn't even always give us what we believe we deserve. Life gives us more of how we feel. And so if we feel abundant, life will respond to that. If we can find a way to feel abundant, regardless of what's going on outside of us, whether there is abundance or lack going on outside of us, then that feeling of abundance within us can bring abundance to us. Okay? And there's two ways to be able to understand what you're focusing mostly on in life. Okay? Are you focusing on abundance or are you focusing on lack? Here's two ways to be able to tell. One way is looking at what is coming into your life. Are you enjoying the life that you're having? Okay? Do you feel that you are getting out of life what you want? If you don't, then that is an indication of where your focus has been. If you don't feel you're getting what you want out of life, then that's only the result of focusing on what you don't want out of life. And here's a second way to be able to tell where your focus has been in life, and that is by how you feel. So how do you feel? Generally speaking, how do you feel about life? Are you optimistic? Are you pessimistic? Are you afraid? Are you excited? Are you apprehensive? Are you in conservation mode? Are you in expansion mode? Okay? Do you believe that it's going to get worse before it gets better? Or do you believe that we're living in some of the best times ever? Because what you believe matters. And the reason that what you believe matters is because what you believe has a direct impact on how you feel. And so it's imperative that sometimes that you take your focus off of what you have. Having nothing and feeling like you have everything is totally about removing your focus from what's going on, removing your focus from what you have, removing your focus from the condition, removing your focus from the obstacle, and just focusing on the only thing that you can control, which is you. How to have nothing and feel like you have everything. And when you think about it, that's all we really want out of life anyway. You probably never knew that about yourself. That's all we really want out of life anyway, is just to feel better. See, you think you want a thing. You think you actually want a thing. But if you ask yourself, why do I want that thing? You'll come up with an answer. And if you ask yourself again, well, why do I want that? You'll come up with another answer. And if you keep asking yourself why, guess what? You'll always come back to a desire to fulfill some emotion. You will always come back to, I want that thing because I want to feel. I want that thing because I believe it will make me feel. I want that thing because I believe I will feel this way when I have it. And so everything we want simply because we believe that we will feel better in the having of it. And so it's like, why wait to feel better? Why wait to feel better until the thing comes into your possession? That is called letting your emotions be determined by outside circumstances. And the facts are, you have no control over the circumstances. You have no control over what happens. You only have control over what you do. You only have control over what you do, okay? And so having nothing and feeling like you can have everything is about understanding all of those different points, okay? Focusing on what I already possess as opposed to what's happening out there has worked wonders for me in all different areas of my life. That is a concept that I would like to share with more people, because I totally believe that in this day and age, in this time that we're living in right now, all of the events are urging us as people, as humanity, as man, it's urging us to focus on how we think. We are not living in times where you can just sloppily think and still consciously create the life that you want. If you want to create the life that you want, a life that you decided, then you have to be deliberate with your creation process. You have to be deliberate with your thoughts. You have to be deliberate with your focus. And you have to find a way to take your eyes off of what's happening. Don't be the basketball player that keeps looking up at the clock, just trying to run the clock out. Just be the person that just wants to play, that just enjoys playing the game. It don't even matter what the clock is on, because I wouldn't play any harder if I knew what the time was on, because I'm playing as hard as I can right now, okay? Having nothing and feeling like you have everything is totally about understanding what to focus on and what not to focus on. I hope you got some value from this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. I will be releasing more videos on this subject. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Maurice Bey. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.